Hey guys, Vincent back here with another video for Tails Coffee. Happy News to everybody. Hope everybody had a great holiday. We certainly had a great holiday. We even bought ourselves a new machine. And that's all thanks to you guys, actually. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody that's been supporting us till now. The first collection launched in the 1st of December, and it's been doing really well. So thank you, everybody. We have our 3 coffees, Bonfire, Cardigan, and Cabin. They're nearly sold out, so really appreciate all the support we've been getting. But today's video is gonna be talking about the espresso machine. A lot of people have been asking me, are our coffees suitable for espressos? And we actually think it's very suitable for espressos. We wanted to bring in a home machine so everybody can also make it at home. I'm gonna show you how I like to use it versus how it's supposed to be used. And let's get right into it. So right from the box, we have ourselves the beautiful machine. Let's go over the different components in the machine that we come with. We get ourselves a milk jug, which we will not talk about today. And we also have this precision trimmer and the portafilter with the double wall baskets. It actually comes with a few other baskets. We've got ourselves 2 single shots here, 1, 2, and then we've also got ourselves a dual wall portafilter basket, double basket. Actually, for today's video, I'll be using this one. But it actually normally comes with the single wall double shot basket, and it actually comes in here. I just prefer to use the double wall basket, and we'll go over that in a second. So we're gonna just lay that there. Now there are 4 buttons on the machine. There's a power button, there's a program button, there's a single shot button, and there's a double shot button. The power button, pretty self-explanatory. You turn on and off the machine from there. The program button allows you to program the single shot and the double shot buttons. Because of the way I like to use my espresso machine, I've actually set the single wall or the single shot to be my pre-infusion, and I've set the double shot to actually pull the shot. But I'm gonna show you guys as well how it comes normally. And we've got ourselves our steam one here, and then this is the pressure gauge. And then we've got ourselves the really cool magnetic tamper that just goes right up there. So for my grinder, I've normally been doing pour overs or siphons, just manual brews. The grinds have always been coarser. I've tried to recalibrate it for more of an espresso, but it doesn't quite get as fine as I would like it to. So what happened was, it normally comes with a single wall double shot portafilter or gasket, but I'm actually going to use the dual wall just because if my grinds are a little bit coarser than I would like it to be, I just use the dual wall, and it should actually help me get enough pressure to pull the ideal shot. To put it on, it's actually pretty easy. You just kind of slide it in and use a little bit of strength, and you've got it in. Getting it out is a little bit more difficult. You kind of have to peel away from all sides, but shouldn't be too hard. Just don't break your nail while you're at it. If you do, you can just use a screwdriver just to kind of pry it open. So yeah, let me get some coffee grinds and we'll just pull this out the shot, okay? So here we have 18 grams of coffee. That's how much I like to use in a double shot. We're gonna put that in here. Make sure when you put it in there, you've got your hands around it. This way you kind of catch all the coffees that might come out. See how it's falling out? You just kind of slide that back in. Give it a quick tap. What you're doing is you're tapping the bed flat, and you're gonna put the rest of your grinds in there. That's for anyone that doesn't have like those fancy espresso grinders and everything, right? So we got that. Notice how like a little bit more is on like the right side, right here. I don't know if you can see that, but we're gonna flatten that nicely so it's evenly distributed before we tamp. Otherwise, you're just gonna have more pressure on one side than the other. We're gonna get our tamper now, put it on, and press. Press really hard, and you're gonna wanna use your 2 fingers just like this as you press, and you're gonna turn. And there you go. Nice looking puck right there. Just gently put that in here. Oh. Oops. Lock that in place. We're gonna put our beaker so we can see the beautiful crema as it comes out. And we're gonna start the double shots, okay? You can see in the beginning, we've got the pre-infusion, it builds up. Now we're in the espresso range, and the shot comes out. Beautiful looking shot right now. We're aiming to get about 60 grams, so that's about right there. And, so I always give it a little swirl before I drink my coffees. We're gonna pour it and take a taste test. When I drink my espressos, I actually like to add a little bit of water, but we're gonna start with it first. How I like to do espresso shots is I actually like to take a pretty large sip. Like people either do a full shot or just a little sip. Let me give it a quick smell. The aroma is really nice, really strong. It smells really creamy. Yeah, let's actually give it a taste. I used the bonfire today just for reference if anyone's ever had it. If not, you can try it out. As with most espresso, it has a bit of acidity. That nice rich depth to it is really just pulling through. If you do find it a little bit too strong for you, you could always feel free to add a little bit of water. Not to the point where it becomes like the quote unquote Americano, but it's more like a long black. It's just espresso with a little bit more water or a longer shot itself. But really amazing, nice mouthfeel to it, really nice and juicy to it. So I'm gonna just finish this. Enjoy it. So let's get on to like why I do my method and how I do my method. So I actually like I said, I do a pre-infusion and then I pull the shots with the 2 different programmable blends. And the reason I do that is because I like to actually let the water sit in the basket for about a good 30 to 40 seconds before I actually pull the shot. Now you might ask me, why would you do that? Well, I think based on my testing with pour overs, I think coffee's, the flavor extraction is based on time. And yes, this is a higher pressure thing, so it's like a pressure cooker almost, and you would expect more of the flavors to be extracted in a shorter amount of time. But at the same time, I also believe that it still takes a bit of time for all the flavors to really infuse itself into the water, regardless of the amount of pressure that is actually being put through it. So what I've done is I've set it up, and we're gonna run a test. I've actually already run the test, but I'm gonna show you how I've done it. And we'll talk about the results in a bit. So what we're gonna do, once again, we're gonna get the grinds into the filter, put our hands around it, give it a quick tap, get the rest of it in here, tap it up down, flatten it, and tamp. So press and turn. So we have a nicely tamped puck here. All the rest goes to the floor, and we're gonna put it back in. We get ourselves our beaker, and we're gonna do the pre-infusion. So as you're gonna see, it's going to just push out a little bit of everything, and it's gonna stop. From here, we're gonna wait 30 seconds. You can see a little bit dripping. It's just the way the machine works. All the water is now up here, just kind of absorbing as much flavor as it can. We're at about 15 seconds, give it another 15 seconds, and we're gonna push the next button. So I expect it to just kind of like be absorbing a lot of flavors right now, and this helps kind of like balance out skill set sometimes. If you're not very good at tamping or if you're not very good at evenly distributing your coffees, having the water sit up there helps kind of settle everything properly. And let's get right on to pulling the shot. So we're gonna push the shot, we're gonna press the shot, and as you can see, it starts coming out. The crema is not quite as strong at the beginning, but you can see it still hits the high espresso range. And we're still getting a nice looking shot right now. Look at that. And it finishes. So the shot actually looks fairly similar. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we've got ourselves a beautiful crema still, and we've still got a pretty good amount of coffee to crema. Now let's give it a taste, okay? I'm gonna grab my cup and we'll be right back. So we're gonna do a quick taste test. You can see the foam's really nice still. And we're gonna give it a little swirl. So right off the bat, I'd like to say that this has an even creamier texture, and it is a little bit more acidic. So more, as I would have expected, more of the flavors have been actually extracted, but you're gonna get a nicer sweetness towards the end. So why don't we add a little bit of water to it and see what that tastes like actually. Magically, the kettle appeared, but Add a touch of water, just dilute it a little bit. The last one, I didn't really dilute it just because it was a little bit thinner. This one, because of how strong it is, I'd like to see what it tastes like with a bit more water. I just added a touch of water, maybe like 20 grams. Oh man, it is so sweet. It is so tasty. I think my method just makes it a little bit easier for people to work with. It allows you to not have as perfectly of a tamped puck and still pull a better shot. You do have to wait a little bit longer, but I think the sweetness and everything is a little bit more flavorful, more complexity, and a creamier texture. Just because everything is now for sure going to be evenly extracted, just having a little bit of water, just going through there and just sitting up there for a longer time allows all the grinds to have its pressure distributed a little bit better, and that's why I think it pulls a better shot. So let's talk about how I programmed it. To start, you actually have to hit the program button, and then, well, we're just gonna have to pull a new shot. Let me get some more coffee grinds. I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I programmed my settings. When I did it, I used a scale like this, and I put a cup over it. My scale's a very precision scale, so it's very quick at detecting weight changes, and it also has a built-in timer. But for most of us, we don't necessarily have the same scale or the same speed of a scale. So we're gonna use just a beaker, or you can use a clear glass cup and you can see all the things yourself. What we're gonna do is we're gonna prepare ourselves a shot. We're gonna get that ready. As always, just put the rest in here. Turn it away, flatten a little bit, and repress. And we're gonna get ourselves our shot ready, put that in there, lock it in. So what I'm gonna get you to do is you're gonna push the program button, and we're gonna start doing the pre-infusion I've set up. My pre-infusion is 5 seconds, so we're just gonna quickly time ourselves for 5 seconds. I've got my timer here, and I'm gonna start when I press the button. Okay, and go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and press, okay? So that's how I've done my pre-infusion. Now we're gonna wait 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever you wanna wait. I think at about 30 seconds, we're good to go anyways. And we're gonna press program, and we're gonna program the second part. How we're gonna program it is we're gonna look to get 60 grams, roughly, of coffee. If you have a measuring cup that's small enough to fit underneath, that would be great. If you have like a shot measure, that would be even better. But as you can see, my thing has a little bit of a little like milliliter thing that shows 100, so 60 grams is about right there. We're gonna aim to get ourselves the top of the crema out there, and that's how I programmed it. So it's about 30 seconds now, so we're gonna click program, and then we're gonna hit this second button. As you can see, the pressure gauge is building up, the crema is coming out, and we're in the espresso range now. So we're aiming right there, and as you see our shot being pulled, there we go. And that's how I pulled my espresso shots, and that's how I programmed it. So I hope that helped you guys understand how I like to pull my espresso shots versus how the standard shots are pulled. If you guys do the test, I hope you guys can actually taste the difference. I do, at least. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed actually making this video. It's very rare because I've not had an espresso machine for 4 years in my shop. So it's a nice change of pace. Get to put all my pour over theories into it, and that's how I pull my shot. Hope you guys learned something. Give us a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to us if you haven't already, actually. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this espresso shot method. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.